Okay, now that you've read the stories of legends, and we are now on step 3, and we're on page 70 in our iReady writing book. And it says that we're going to find text evidence. Evidence? Wait a minute, what? Yes, in the legend we have to find the text evidence. So let's go ahead and follow along with me. We're on page 70, okay? You have unpacked your assignment and learned that you'll write a specific type of narrative, a legend. You've also noted important story elements to include. Now, you're going to look for details in the source text, which we just read, describing what makes a legend different from other narratives. Okay? Specifically, look for information about the following. And the list down here, these bulleted points say, the setting. The setting is where and when a legend usually takes place. Can it take place during present time? Yes, it can. Can it be in the caveman days, in the Stone Age? Yes, it can. It can be set whenever and wherever. Okay, but they have to be real places. They can't be Moonbase Alpha, because there's no such place. Okay? The main character or hero that a legend tells about. So the main character is your hero. In our case, it's the palace guard. Right? Okay. Or the plot. The plot. The plot is the sequence of story events that is set in motion by a problem or challenge faced by our hero or our legend, in our legend, okay? So as you reread, you got to reread, as you reread the source texts on page 72 to 75, mark details. Get your pencils and pens out and mark these details that explain what is unique about the story elements of legends. Now, narratives are just stories that tell a story, okay? But a legend narrative is a story that has certain elements in it, which we are going to figure out what those are. So we're going to reread the source text, and we're going to mark details that explain what is unique about the story elements of legends. We're going to use S for setting, C for the character, the main character, and P is going to be for the plot, or what happens. So this will make it easy to review the information when you're ready to plan your legend, okay? We're going to look down here at modeled instruction again. Our mentor this time, I guess our person that we're going to model ourselves after is Olive. And Olive underlined details and marked up the text as she read our story, Legends. We're going to read the text, and Olive's think aloud to learn more about the reading and markup strategies that she used, which we can use too. We should use. It makes us a better writer. So I'm just going to go over here to the think aloud. On the left is what is from the story Legends. And the think aloud for Olive says, she has marked a C for character next to the line that says, legends often, but not always, center on real life heroes. And why did she mark that with the C? It says, this sentence tells me that the main character in a legend is often a real-life hero, but not always. I'll underline the sentence and mark it with a C. I know from my assignment, which we just did earlier, that my hero won't be a real-life person, but I will give my hero the characteristics of a real person. All right? Now down below that, she marked... the facts about real-life people and events are enhanced with many fictional details. And she put a C plus a P on there. Why would she do that? Let's read why, okay? C stands for what again? C is character, right? Okay, that's our main character, and the P is Plot. Very good, very good. That's a plot. Okay, so the text says that details about real people and events can be enhanced. It means you can make up stuff about that. And that's cool. It means I can make up descriptions and details about my characters and events. They still have to be believable, though. I'll underline this part and mark it with both a C and a P. So if your character has superhuman qualities, if they can fly or if they can be invisible, that's not very believable. Okay, so we can't have our main character, or really our characters, they cannot be magic or superhuman or have superpowers, okay? Other than maybe being really, really smart. All right? Now, down the bottom line that Olive has underlined, it says, the legends and narratives have a beginning, middle, and end and tell a story in time order, and should put a P next to that. Let's figure out why. These details make me think that my legend needs a clear, sensible sequence of events. I'll need to make sure that each of my events follows naturally from earlier events, like in real life. So she's going to mark these details with a P. So this is what she has done over here. And that's very, very, very similar to what we're going to do on page 71. Okay? So let's look at page 71. We're going to read the following excerpt, that little chunk of story from Legends. And we're going to note the underlined detail. And it's already underlined a few things for us, or one thing for us. So let's have a look at this. The underlined part says, the stories happen in real places, not a fantasy world. And it's marked with an S. So let's go down here and look at one. Tell why the underlined detail is marked with an S. Well, we just talked about that over there on the other side. So, would it be because of the setting, the main character, or the plot? Hint. What does the S markup indicate? But it's asking you to tell why the underlying detail is marked with an S. Okay, so this is not a one-word answer. Number 2, setting is not only about where a story takes place. Underline another important detail about the setting of a legend and mark it with an S. The hint says, which sentence gives a detail about when legends takes place? You're going to have to go up there in that top part, and you're going to have to find the answer to this. Underline another important detail about the setting of a legend and mark it with an S. Okay? Number 3, find a detail about characters in legends. Underline the detail and mark it with a C. C for character. Explain how this detail adds to what you already know about the main characters in legends. Again, this is not a one-word answer. So you're going to have to explain how this detail adds to what you already know about the main characters in legends. The hint will always help you out. Let's have a look at this. The hint says, think about how you will develop your main character. All right? So, we are now. That is step 3 in our iReady writing books. Now, we have the story afterwards. Don't worry about 76 and 77 yet. We will get to this first thing next week, okay? So, see ya. Thank you.